Hey everyone, it's Sarah here from the sistersenchanted.com, where it's our mission to make magic mainstream. We create classes and community for women all over the world so that enchanted sisters can come together, step into their light, and make some magic in their lives. So right now I'm bringing you our August Oraclescope. What this is, it's a little bit of a combination of a horoscope and a tarot reading for you for the month. So basically what we do for this Oraclescope is we pull cards for each of the four elements. So the air signs, the water signs, the earth signs, and the fire signs, and let you know a little bit about what may be coming your way energetically over the next month. So in August, we've got some really cool stuff happening here. We've got Mercury retrograde coming up on the 13th, I believe, which is not really something to fear. So a lot of people get really freaked out, like, oh, Mercury retrograde. But it's actually a really great time to release, cleanse, declutter, and own your power in that area. We are in a Leo moon cycle right now. So we started off with a Leo new moon. And we're actually going to end, our next moon cycle is going to be a Leo new moon, followed right behind by a Virgo moon. So a little bit of both those energies happening there, just like our sun sign. So we're in the Leo zodiac right now, and we're going to be moving into Virgo later this month. So what I did here is I went ahead and I pulled 3 cards for each of the groups of elements and the zodiac signs by group. One for the beginning of the month, one for the middle of the month, or right around that Mercury retrograde time as that hits, and then one for the end of the month when we transition into Virgo. So we're looking at your energies around this Leo-ness we've got going on right now, all this super fiery energy. Our Mercury retrograde period in the middle of the month, and then rounding out with our really super earthy Virgo energy. We've got some really cool stuff happening with the Sisters Enchanted this month too that I'll let you know about at the end of this, including our absolutely super free and fabulous Magic Week over in our Facebook group and all online. And then also we've got a special goddess reading offering for you this month that I'll tell you about. So that's super exciting. All right, let's dive in. We will start with the earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, I'm looking at you right now. So for you, for the beginning of the month, so under this Leo energy, Leo moon cycle, and our Leo sun sign here, I pulled for you the 8 of Chalices. Oh, and I'm using the Circle of Life Tarot for this reading. So with the 8 of Chalices, I'll just hold it up here so you can see it. We find ourselves, struggling with whether or not we should stay hidden or really step out into the public, step out into our own light and shine our light bright. But with this card, as you can see, she's in here in the water, right? And so what we're seeing is she's got to make this choice. Is she going to come out of the water, or is she going to stay barely visible down here? And the takeaway here is that it's okay to be alone. So if you are an earth sign right now in this super fiery energy, this may be freaking you out a little bit, like a little bit against what you're normally all about. And it's totally okay to stay hidden and be alone right now. So while you might feel pressured, you can see that she's kind of starting to poke her hand out here. You can barely see her eyes are coming out of the water. You don't have to come out. It's okay to just be a little introverted right now and take some time for you. So if you are one of the earth signs and you're feeling like, whoa, like a lot of resistance right now with all this fiery energy going on, that's totally cool. Don't feel pressured to step out. You can totally just hang back and be with yourself right at this moment. For the middle of the month, during our Mercury retrograde time, I pulled the Lovers card, Lova, for you guys. So again, this is the Circle of Life Tarot. And as you can see here, our lovers are intertwined, and they've got this nice green kind of like earthy rope or like a vine holding them together. That's the word I'm looking for, a vine there. So during our Mercury retrograde period, if you're one of the earth signs, turn to those around you, those that you love on yourself during that period, and tie yourself to the things that make you happy. So if you feel like there's kind of mass chaos ensuing as we're still in this fiery energy too, right? We're still in Leo here. We're still in the Leo moon cycle also. Tie yourself to the things that make you happy and turn to your loved ones. And know that you can get energy from that. So the things that you love doing and those people that you love to be around, focus on that during that Mercury retrograde period as we hit that around August 13th. So right around the middle of the month there. And then to round out the month, when we move into Virgo, so a nice earthy spot for you earth signs here, we have the High Priestess here. So as we move into your element, take some time to listen to your intuition and just be still. Kind of let all of the chaos from the fire signs and Mercury retrograde just settle down a little bit and just chill out. Be still, listen to your body, listen to your mind, and ask yourself, what do I need for me right now as I come off of this and move into my comfort zone, back into my own home territory here? What do I need? And that's for the end of the month for you. So earth signs this month, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. At the beginning of the month, it's okay to spend some time alone. Don't feel pressured to step out. In the middle of the month, when Mercury retrograde hits, do things you love, hang out with people that you love. And then at the end of the month, as we move into an earth sign, at that time, listen to your body, like restore, relax, do the things that are gonna help you out to recover from the chaos of earlier this month. All right, the water signs. So the water signs here, we've got Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I pulled 3 cards for you, the same thing, beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. So to begin the month here, we found you actually with a Cups card. So that's our water element. So that goes right along with your sign element. So here we have the 5 of Cups, actually the 5 of Chalices it's called, and the Circle of Life Tarot. And we see here this elderly or full-grown starfish and all these baby ones here. And they are getting their nutrients out of those chalices. So in the beginning of this month here with this super fiery energy, which can really create a lot of change and transformation for people and really get you going, the idea here is to find the beauty in the change and nurture it. So change can be hard for everybody, and it could be feel some resistance around that, and that's totally normal. If you're feeling that resistance right now, find the beauty in the change, embrace it, and help nurture it into being, and realize that as we change, we grow. It's the circle of life, and that is a beautiful thing. So if you find yourself resisting change right now under these fire signs, under this fiery energy, nurture that change and just relax into it and realize that's the cycle of life, circle of life. Everything changes, and with change typically comes good, right? And at the end of a cycle, there's always something new, always rebirth. So focus on the newness and nurture that during this time period, during this Leo energy here. For the middle of the month, right around Mercury retrograde for you, I pulled the Death card. No, just kidding. The Death card's an awesome card to pull, especially in this deck. I love it. So we have here the snake representing transformation, and again, the circle of life is represented. We've got a mother here with a newborn baby, and then we have the skulls here. So we're seeing that circle of life, the cycle, death and newness coming together. So right around that Mercury retrograde period, embrace the newness again. It's transformation for you. So if Mercury retrograde has you feeling just totally bogged down or chaotic, or nothing seems to be going the way you planned, just realize that that's going to end, and it's going to be a whole new cycle for you. And take advantage of this time to clear out the stuff that you don't want in your life, that's not working for you, and that's making you feel more chaotic and bogged down. So transform your life during this Mercury retrograde period, harness that energy, and look for the newness and create something new for yourself. And then at the end of the month, as we move into our Virgo energy at the end of August, we've got the Hierophant. So here we also see a chalice, and you can see that there's something coming out of the chalice. So this is telling us to release our emotions. So at the end of the month, after we have the fire energy of Leo, and then we have the Mercury retrograde setting in, go ahead and release the crazy emotions that may have pent up for you over this month so far, and turn to your spirituality. So whatever it is that whoever you talk to, whatever divine source you channel, whatever energy you feel, whatever that is, turn to that right now and release the things that have built up for you over this month, because it might be a little bit heavy for you water signs as we come out of Leo and then into Mercury retrograde. So go ahead, release and fall into your spirituality at the end of the month. All right, moving on to our fire signs. Raise your hand if you're a fire sign. Sagittarius here. So we are in our element right now. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. My husband's an Aries, I'm a Sagittarius, and we're in Leo, both the lunar cycle and the sun is in, our sun sign is Leo. So it's been some craziness in our house lately. But to begin, for the beginning of the month, when we're under all of this fiery energy that can really just add some fuel for most of us under fire signs, we began with the Three of Pentacles. So harness this first couple weeks in this fiery energy by finding some teamwork, some friends, some family, somebody to help you out. So harness this fiery energy and do even more with it by coming together with a group. So create community, find community, lean on your community, and all that fiery energy that you're feeling to get something done, get more done by leaning on those around you and creating a team. Collaborate and do things together. So if you're under if you are a fire sign, as we're under Leo right now, both the lunar cycle and the sun sign is Leo, go ahead and use that to really power yourself up with those around you and add like even more boost to the fieriness you're already probably experiencing. And then for right around Mercury retrograde, the middle of the month on the 13th, that hits us, I pulled the Chariot. So in this deck, the Circle of Life Tarot, we have the Chariot here. It doesn't appear to be going anywhere, and the two Sphinxes here are both looking different directions, so we're not really sure where to go. So as we've just had all this fiery energy for us, and we're fire signs under fiery energy here. When Mercury retrograde hits and starts maybe putting some bumps in the road, we might be like, whoa, I was on this like really super straight and narrow path. I knew where I was going. I had so much energy, and suddenly I'm like, wait a second, the road is splitting. I don't know which way to go. If that's where you're feeling, if for the fire signs here, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, if that's how you're feeling right around the middle of the month, just know that you have the tools, you have everything you need to get you there. So he's got his sunshade, he's got his wand to power forward, he does have the Chariot, he has everything he needs to get him where he needs to go. He's just got to get everything in line. So if you've had all this fiery energy and you've been going, things have been going great, but suddenly you're feeling a little bit stalled or not really sure, know that you still have all those tools. They haven't gone away, and that you totally have them within you to use them. Right around Mercury retrograde in the middle of the month. To round out August for us, as those of us in fire signs land in Virgo here and earth out a little bit, we have the Emperor. So with the Emperor, there's a lot of great things that come with being the Emperor, right? You're like the disciplined figure, you're in charge, you've got all the riches, but also when you're the Emperor, it can get a little bit lonely there. So in this deck, we see the Emperor here, and the only people that he has around him are those beneath him. So the ones that he's literally resting upon and that are bringing him food. So we look to the Emperor as a sign to remember that it can be a little bit lonely at the top. If you're the one leading the way here, that can get a little bit lonely. So use this Virgo energy to earth a little bit, come back down to earth, let some of that fire settle down and just kind of hang out and be and get back down to a grounded place. So if you've been feeling really like high up there and going, that can be kind of lonely if you're the only one around you that's having that energy. So ground a little bit and just hang out with people, maybe get outside, have a backyard party or something like that, and just get down to earth a little bit and get off of that fiery high that you've been riding for the past month. So that is our end of the month for those of us that are fire signs. Earth it out a little bit at the end there and like bring it back down a little bit, because you've probably been going pretty hard. I know I have. All right, and then our air signs. So your air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, I pulled a super cool reading for you. I love when this stuff happens. So I pulled 3 swords cards for our air signs, and that is the suit that lines up with the element of air in tarot. So that's like a really awesome sign that this is going to be your time in August to really tune into yourself, dig deep, and pay attention to what's happening around you. Pay attention to what's happening in your mind and your body. So this is your month, even though we're not in any of your signs or anything like that. I mean, this is your time to really just pay attention to what's happening for you. Tune into your... So our air signs, excuse me, my video got interrupted. The beginning of the month, we have our Knave of Swords here from the Circle of Life Tarot, and our Knight of Swords, excuse me, our Knight of Swords. And with our Knight of Swords, this knight is ready to move. He's got his front feet up here, his front hooves. He's ready to run. He's got his sword up, but he's not quite taking action yet. He's paused a little bit. So even though you're ready to go, be ready to go, but think first. Don't act too fast. Don't make rash decisions or too quick of decisions in the beginning of the month right now. Take your time to think things through. This fiery energy might be influencing you a little bit to act before you think. And just back up on that, pause a little bit, hit the pause button, and think first before you act. Remember, this is the time to really dig deep and think, realize how things are feeling in your body for you, how they're feeling in your mind for you. So take that extra minute to think, how does this decision feel for me? How is it making me, feel emotionally and physically before you act? When we hit Mercury retrograde in the middle of the month, we find ourselves with the Two of Swords here. So I love this card. The swords are actually the elephant tusks, which I think is really cool. And we've got the woman up here as really part of the elephant. So here, we're not sure if the person who's with the elephant, is she hiding within the elephant, or is she going on the defense here and she's, about to fight for herself as she holds these tusks or these swords here. So as you come into Mercury retrograde, you have a choice. And so this whole reading here for you guys in the air signs is about choices. Are you going to act, or are you going to withhold a little bit? So are you going to hide, or are you going to go on the defense right around Mercury retrograde? So basically, are you going to just like chill out and ride it out, or are you going to take it on full force? So I would welcome you and invite you to definitely harness Mercury retrograde, and as I said, step into what feels good for you, both emotionally and physically, and do things that are going to feel good for you. So clear out stuff that's holding you down and doesn't feel good during Mercury retrograde, and really own that time. For the end of the month, as we move into Virgo and that earth energy for our air signs here, we've got the Knave of Swords. So with our Knave of Swords, again, we have choices. So we've got the Knave here holding his prize goose, and there's all of this gold behind him. And you can tell, like, should I take the goose or get the money? So what's really important to you at the end of the month here? Should you protect what's truly valuable, or are you going to protect your material goods? Again, you've got a choice to make here. And in our earth sign, so this is interesting because our earth sign is all about kind of our like material stuff, our physical world around us. But what's important is the physical beings or the physical stuff. So again, lay back and thinking to yourself, what feels good for me? Does it feel good for me to protect those around me, or do I really need to take care of my finances this month? And make the choice that's best for you, but pause and think before you act at this time. So this month for our air signs is all about choices, but take the time to stop and lean into yourself and say, how is this feeling and what choice should I make before you make it? So that's the month ahead in Oraclescopes for all of you lovely Enchanted sisters watching us all around the world. If you are part of our community, then you know that we have the Enchanted Journey open. That's our monthly membership. It's $11 US a month. It's super affordable and amazing, full of content. In August, we are working on money magic, manifesting, and clearing those money blocks. So we invite you to join us for that. We also have a special goddess energy reading this month where we will choose a goddess card for you, the goddess energy that you can work with, and let you know different ways that that's relating to you this month. And then we also are hosting a free event, Magic Week, in our community, kicking off August 14th, where we're going to talk about chakras, moon, some everyday magic tips, tarot, all in 1 week for you guys. It's going to be really fun, and we're super excited about it. So that's what's going on, and I will link all of those for you in the description or the email, or however you are watching this video. I will link those for you. All right, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Happy August. Bye.